Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Zainur Hakimi Meramli. My metric number is 278225. I come from a Group A corporate governance. Today, I will share to you about a study on the DRB HICOM BERHAD in Malaysia. I will share for you the performance and its determinant. Okay, for the issues and problem, I will tell you the persistent challenge continue to impede the implementation of optimal corporate governance practice. The concern have arisen due to instance of inadequate transparency, questionable board structure, and insufficient accountability mechanism. This issue casts doubt on the effectiveness of governance system, especially for DIB High Berhad in Malaysia. The corporate governance landscape raised particular concern for the company's operational environment. Okay, for this study, it will have three research objectives, which is first, to ascertain the internal or firm specific factor that could have influence on the RBI Berhad performance. Second, to identify the external or macroeconomic factors that could have influence on the RBI Berhad performance. And last but not least, to investigate the internal and external factors that could have influence on the IBR Berhad performance. Okay, for research question, it also have three research question, which is first, is there any relationship between the internal factors with the RB HICOM Berhad performance? Second, is there any relationship between the external factors with the RB HICOM Berhad performance? And the third one is there any relationship between internal and external factors with DRB HICOM Berhad performance? Okay, for literature review, I believe that corporate governance is the framework of rules, process, and practice guiding a company direction and control. This actually I get it from the past research, which is Chen 2023. The board of director plays plays a crucial role in overseeing the management, setting strategic goals, and safeguarding shareholder rights, including access to information and voting privilege. The transparency is a pivotal, requiring companies to provide a clear information on financial performance and operation and risk to build a stakeholder trust. Okay, for this study, we have internal and external. For internal factor, we have about eight factors, which is the return on asset, return on equity, liquidity, average collection period, debt to income, operation ratio, operating margin, corporate governance index. And for the external factor, which is the external from the outside the company, we have about six factor, which is the inflation rate, interest rate, foreign exchange, unemployment rate, GDP growth, and industrial production rates. Okay, for the methodology, you can see from the slide the sample I get it, which is the automotive industry in Malaysia, the IBHI Berhad. I will observe about a 5 year, which is 2018 to 2022, and primary analytical approach, ordinary least square, or aggregation. This is a three model which is I use in my study, in my research. And the last methodology, which is the SPSS and orange data mining, which is the result of the data analysis, will be presented in the chapter 4, which is will include the descriptive statistic, coefficient, correlation, model summary, and ANOVA. Okay, for the descriptive statistic, you can see from the slide or the table that I put in my slide. I will summarize to you. I will give the summary, which is the DRB HICOM Berhad financial performance is estimated to be at 43.8 percent based on the mean ROE or return on equity of 0.4379, while the standard deviation of 0.8137 indicates only minor profit volatility over a 5-year period. Okay, for the correlation table, as you can see from the slide, there's only one variable that has shown a strong correlation toward ROE or return on equity. The variable is ROA, return on asset, that shows strong positive correlation. The value is 1.0. Why I say it's a strong correlation? Because the value is greater than zero point 0.8 to 1.0. So it's become a strong positive correlation. Okay, for the ANOVA, I choose the model 2 ANOVA, which is the external, that will reflect the overall regression model that is not significant. It can be written as the F31, which is equal to 0.250. Okay, for the mother summary, I choose two, which is same because between internal model first and model three, internal and external, the value is remains same, which is 1.0. This study shows for the internal shows that out of 8 variable, only 3 contribute to DRB HICOM Malaysia Berhad financial performance or return on equity, which an adjusted R square of 1.00 or 100%. In contrast, the remaining variable are not relevant to this study. Okay, for the internal and external, this study displays that out of 12 variable, only 3 contribute to the IB HICOM Malaysia Berhad financial performance or return on equity with an adjusted R square of 1.00 or 100%. In contrast, the remaining variable are not relevant to the study. So you can see that from the internal, the operating margin, average collection periods, and ROA. For the internal and external, the industrial production rate, ROA, and exchange rate. Okay, for the coefficient, I take the table coefficient for internal factors, which is from the table you can see this study shows that average collection periods and operation ratio are significant to ROE or return on equity due to the p-value greater than 0.10 with a p-value of 0.050 and 0.0454 respectively. As you can see from the table above, the result shows that two of the variable is significant to the dependent variable or ROE. Okay, for conclusion, there's a total of 6 independent variable, specifically ROA, current ratio, operating margin, interest rate, average collection period, exchange rate, which is positively affect the DRB HICOM Malaysia Berhad performance. And between the correlation table and coefficient table, the outcome highlight the internal factors as the primary influence on the performance of DRB HICOM Malaysia Berhad. Okay, last but not least, the recommendation for the IB HICOM. This is only my recommendation for them, which is the first, enhance the internal efficiency for improve the ROE, return on equity. What they need to do is focus on enhance the internal efficiency, streamlining operation, and optimize the average collection period to bolster the ROE. Second, diversify analysis of external factors. Expand the analysis of external factors to mitigate risk and capitalize on opportunities in the dynamic business environment. And last but not least, improving reporting and stakeholder communication. They need to strengthen the stakeholder communication and reporting the practice to build a trust and ensure a comprehensive reporting. That's all from me. Thank you.